Hello, this is Steven with my YouTube channel. Now, you like this. You know, I'm one of those guys that's sort of cheap, and I don't like to buy cheap stuff and then it be junk. But at the same time, if it's cheap and I can make it work and it's simple to do, I'm happy. And I don't like spending a lot of money to do something. So what I had and what I'm making today's video about is truing up your bench grinder. I've used this bench grinder for probably 20 years, and I had a severe angle on the front of my stones on here, and I wanted to buy a dressing tool. And the dressing tools that I always used, clear back when I was in high school shop, were a series of hardened wheels sandwiched together, and you would run it up against the front. And I guess I was looking for one of those, and then I went on eBay and they were showing these things. It's a piece of steel tube, or square tube, and it's diamond coated, and they said use this to true up your grinding stones on your bench grinder. And I thought, man, that'll never work. So I went out on the regular internet and was looking, and this is most of what they sell at the other places. The big boys were selling something very similar to true up your grinding stones. And I said, wow, that must be what they're using today. I'd never seen it done. So I went ahead and ordered the $2 ones off of eBay. I got me a couple of them, and I wanted to show you a couple things about them. Number one, inside here there's a little nut on this shaft, and I don't know why they're loose as heck. And probably while you're running this, you have to keep tightening the handle up, because as you use this to square up the surface face of your grindstone, this tip will come loose from here. Matter of fact, the first time I tried it, the nut just fell out on the floor and the tip came off. So it's not like you're just going to put it in there and forget it. You're going to run it a little bit, and then you're going to tighten it up. And I want to just show you how it works real quick. It's simple, works good. I didn't have any problems with it. I thought, man, this thing's going to come apart. As soon as I put it in there and get to going, that little bit of diamond's going to come off there, and this thing looks like junk. And worked perfect. I had as severely blemished grinding stone as I could think that'd be possible and still be going around. And when I ran this up against there, it trued it right up. So I'm going to give you a little insight into how this works, and I'll get you a close-up. Okay, Steven, I'm back. Here's what I wanted to show you. This, you probably can't see inside this, but I'm going to give it a chance and give that a little move. There's a nut right down inside here. So there's a single nut holding this, and anybody who's worked with any kind of physics of mechanics, you'll know that if you put any undue pressure out here on the edges, that's going to spin. And the way this works is you just take a screwdriver, put it in there and shove it between the nut and the sidewall, and then you can turn this and tighten it up. Now, it's a situation that probably a little bit, if you took that out of there, put a little Loctite in there and tightened it up, it'd probably make it a lot better. But I haven't gone so far as to do that. So here's what we have here. We're going to just use this abrasive of the diamond up against the wheel, and it squares the wheel off. Now, the first time I did this, my wheel was at an angle like this. So this side of the wheel was severely wore off, and this was the high side. And so I completely ground the high side off and made it level with the other. And it's as simple as this. And honestly, you can probably see the dust on that, and probably be a good idea to wear a mask. But quite honestly, this thing hardly looks, I mean, it doesn't even look like it got used from where I first bought it. I mean, it's holding up fine. I would think you'd be able to do that stone probably 8 or 10 times, and you know, maybe later after I've had it a couple years, I can come back and give you an update. I've got 2 of these. They were a couple bucks each, and I thought, dang, that's pretty freaking miraculous. It just, no problem. I mean, it doesn't hurt the face of that at all. And this thing is as true and as square and as nice as you could want. It cleans all the material out of it. I also trued up the other heavier stone on mine, so it's a 60 grit, and I think one stone I have is 36 grit, and it worked fine too. So just to wrap this one up, I appreciate you watching for Now You Like This on my video channel. Great solution at a really low cost. I'm not a person to go out and endorse a lot of stuff and say, hey, here's the, you know, the next best thing. But when somebody gives a really low cost solution to me and it works, I'm going to be out there letting folks know that, hey, here's something you ought to look into, because honestly, there's a lot of really expensive ways to try and true up a grindstone. And if you're like me, you've got one or two bench grinders, and you just want to clean the aluminum out of them, or if you do something silly like grind a little wood or grind a little plastic, and boy, that'll really plug up one of these stones on your bench grinder. You can get it right out of there with this thing, clean it up, have it ready to go back for your steel and other stuff that it was made to grind. So anyway, hope you like this. If you happen to, give me a click down below and give a nice thumbs up. If you got any comments, I'm always appreciating to hear those. Thank you.